Good evening. Welcome to Beneath Dead Skies. This is our session 3?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome.
Third
Well,
session.
3 sessions. Great. So let's just do a quick recap of what happened last time. So you guys were put in charge of this child named Jameson, or who you named Jameson. Now, you don't know much about him. You found him in the catacombs beneath Cape Corn, and he seemed to just kind of spawn out of this dead engine from this ancient spaceship. Now, you guys have reason to believe that he might be something of the next prophet, or some kind of even stronger than the prophet. And the prophet, is the person that brought peace to the world, basically. So this is very momentous. On top of that, he's human. So your biggest worry is the Eternals getting a hold of him. So you guys have basically taken it upon yourselves to um, take Jameson and do two things with him. Take him to the Botarans to introduce him, try to figure out exactly what he is and what he's about, what his powers are, and then also to take him to the prophet himself and maybe get some more answers and put him somewhere safe. And ultimately make sure that no one gets their hands on him. Now, last session, you guys escaped Cape Gorn by sneaking in the back of the wagon belonging to the Fenzel family. That was the family that you helped and saved their child. Mm-hmm. They even gave you little it was you two, right?
Yeah.
So they even gave Ulrich and Trimble little bracelets. It was like a thank you.
That's the little girl that I convinced to hate rock people.
Yeah, she's in a lifetime fear of Bowden's. So you guys escaped the town by sneaking in the back of the cart. Eventually, you went your separate ways, and you found, as you were outside Cape Corn, Evan, as Trimble, that your senses and ability to sense portals was just going wacky. You couldn't sense one in any direction, so you kind of felt lost. So as you were trying to find your bearings on the side of the road, this Bowden made of stone and moss appeared out of the woods, and just flat out started attacking you guys. So long story short, this Bowden, who you eventually calmed down, belonged to this small enclave of Bowden. If you remember Bowden, they're like rock people, basically. They're kind of like ghosts inhabiting stones, and they look like dwarfs. Now, this enclave was ran by this person called the Mother, and basically, she helps Bowden that are lost and not completely there by basically calming their minds. So one of you had the idea to maybe help Jameson out, because ever since you guys started helping Jameson out and watching over him, he's pretty much been silent. He hasn't said any words. He hasn't done anything. He just kind of looks down. Even like Rose, the little girl, was like, "What's wrong with him?" So you guys took him to the Mother, and she agreed to help him out and do a ritual to kind of calm his mind. In exchange for you guys kind of helping out and watching over the camp in the meantime. Unfortunately, while she was doing this ritual, the Eternals appeared and attacked the encampment. Now you guys aren't sure how they found you, but they did, and you were able to fight them off. However, they came with pretty much an entire legion to kind of take over the encampment. They were well prepared, and out comes Jameson walking from the tent. He's able to speak, and he snaps his fingers, and the entire legion disappears. Now, the Mother, who feels worried about this, says, "Okay, I'll let you take Jameson with you." However, she touches him on the forehead and disables his abilities, because she fears that without her presence, he wouldn't be able to control it. So it's been about 3 days since then. You haven't seen any signs of the Eternals, but you guys have been constantly traveling on the road. And ever since the Mother fixed Jameson, well, didn't fix him, but calmed his mind. Mm-hmm. You instantly gained back your ability to sense portals, Trimble. So you're making your way to the nearest portal, which is about 50 or so miles from the spot you were at. So it's a steady pace for the forest, and you're having to really trek through it. But you guys are trying to avoid the Eternals as much as possible. So it's been 3 days, and you finally feel like you're just within range of the Botaran portal. The closest one, anyway.
Yeah.
So, on the In the afternoon of the 4th day, you finally arrive there. And I have a little bit of art on the screen to kind of show what it looks like. I know it's not perfect. But they look like that. They're big archways, and they're very ancient, so they're covered with moss and grass and stuff like that. But people do, the Proterans do tend to them. So, they'll fill in the cracks and
Just make sure they're maintained.
make sure they're maintained and not straight falling apart.
Are they made of stone?
Interstellar.
They're made of stone.
repairmen.
What?
For the interstellar repairmen.
Yeah. So, you sent a message ahead, Trimble, letting the other Proterans know exactly what was going on. And they sent one back, saying that once you get to the portal, there will be a shrine keeper waiting there for you.
Okay. I don't remember what I told them.
You told them everything about Jameson?
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna arrive. You had guessed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That was the main thing. that I
Yep, yep.
thought.
Yes, you didn't just show up with a
Coming.
random group of people.
So, when you arrive at the portal, and you see it on the mossy side of a cliff, on an uprising, you see a Boteran hunched over, tending to some weeds nearby, just picking them to clear the area.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk up to him. Oh, he's up on a ledge?
Yeah, he's up near the portal. The portal's on a ledge.
Okay, is there an easy way up there? Or do we
Yeah, it's a direct path.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just shuffle up the path then.
He has his back to you.
Okay, when I get right up next to him, I'm just put my hand on his, the back of his shoulder. Yes.
Oh, excuse me.
Hello, brother. I sent a message, or sent word ahead that we need to use this portal.
Ah, yes, you must be Shrimble.
I am.
Good to see you, brother. I've heard many tales of your journeys.
More tales than I'd like.
Now, what seems interesting about this particular Proteran, and you guys might not recognize it, but Trimble should recognize it instantly, is he looks young. Younger than you. Still an adult, but younger than you. And, however, he's wearing the vest and gown of a counselor.
Do I know him? Or recognize
You've never
him?
seen him before.
Okay.
As far as you know, you never knew a counselor that wasn't, in their 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
So this seems odd.
What's the significance of a counselor?
So, the counselors are basically, so there isn't like a Proteran nation.
Yeah.
They don't have like a set place where they live. They're nomadic. But they do have counselors and a council that kind of facilitates their actions.
Gotcha.
And either like there might be a Proteran like Evan who just kind of wanders and takes care of stuff as he needs to, or there might be like a young Proteran and like they'll give them orders of where to go. Like there's a shrine in like the northwest. You need to go tend to it.
They're
For the
so
most
powerful.
part.
They got 2 cells.
For the most part, the counselors are the really old ones that they can't travel anymore because they're really old.
Oh, okay.
So they just stay in one place.
Cool.
Except for this guy, apparently. I'm not going to say anything about it.
My name's Counselor Romble. It's a pleasure to meet you, Shrimble.
Pleasure. Hold out my hand.
Slimy. He licks it too.
That's hot. That's real hot.
Unusual for a counselor to be so far out.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a usual counselor.
Hmm.
The youngest one in generations.
Did he say his name already?
He said Counselor Romble.
Wrong. Okay.
Now, I heard you spent some time among the druids.
I did.
What was it like?
Depends on the day. Chaotic beings.
But truly inspiring. Their plight against the Ildavari, it's the most moving event of this age.
Yes. Not sure I agree with them, but
Well,
I don't really agree with either side.
I gotta say I'm a bit of a fan of yours.
Really?
I've read of your travels, your ordeals down there in the Amazon, and not many Proterans stand for something, and you definitely do. That's very fascinating.
I only stand to protect the portals.
True
I don't
Proteran.
use them.
Well, could you introduce me to your friends?
I can. Motion over here. This little whip-thin thing is Ulrich, a musician of sorts.
Ah, the Mad Minstrel.
Yes.
I've heard him called that, yes. This little pile of mud is...
Father McGillicuddy! A pleasure to meet you, lad. Oh, yes. Farm grit for one so gelatinous as you.
Pulls his handbag, it's all muddy.
Very dirty palm for someone so dirty.
Yes.
Okay.
Name is Vanda. Good to meet you, Councilman Rumble, right?
Rumble, nice to meet you, Vander.
That's what errands I've ever seen in a day. Your people are good. You do good work around here. I mean that with the dearest respect.
And I'm Batu. I'm
And Ildevarin,
I don't side with the others.
your people bring a lot of pain to this world.
Yes, they do. They do have their reasons, but I do not believe them.
Okay. Fair enough.
You've shown much more honor in our travels than the others I've met.
Are all divine assholes?
Otherwise, I wouldn't have brought him
Yeah.
here.
I trust you to... Shrimpelite, I'm sure you keep the best company. I would not question it.
I'm gonna reach back to Jameson and push him forward. Is he responsive still?
Yeah, he's talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna kind of motion forward. Most importantly, this is Jameson, the
Ah,
child.
the child. He leans down and extends a hand, and Jameson just pats it, not knowing what a handshake is. He says, "And what's your name again, little sir?" He says, "My name's Jameson."
Jameson
Fascinating.
McGillicuddy.
Jameson McGillicuddy.
Yeah, thanks after me.
No,
It's not McGillicuddy. No.
Yeah, no.
Hey, Jameson, don't listen to him.
You broke it, don't.
Hey, relax.
He's playing on his portal boy. It's cool. What's up?
Fascinating. You said this child is like the prophet,
I'm not entirely sure what he is.
but the potential. You saw with your own eyes his abilities.
Some of them, yes. He seems to hold a certain affinity for the portal space, which piqued my interest.
As a human, amazing. Truly amazing. Unfortunately, he will not be able to come with us, though.
But we can't leave him here.
I know. I spoke with the other counselors, and we agreed that whatever he may be, even if he does appear to be a human, he might have some connection to the portal space that we don't quite understand yet. Traveling...
Yes, that's why we're here.
Yes, that's true, to get answers, but traveling through a portal? We don't know what that might do to him.
His powers have been locked away for the time being.
True,
And he
but-
arrived to us in a portal.
And from your message, the last time he teleported, he was dumbstruck, mute.
Yes.
I think it was dumbstruck and mute before he teleported. I don't remember him saying
We don't
anything.
know.
I don't remember.
It may not have been an effect of the teleportation itself, but the teleportation may have been an effect of his current state.
One counselor even suggested that he may cease to exist if he were to travel by teleportation.
Hmm.
From the portal space he came, from the portal space he goes. I think it's overreactionary, but as a junior counselor, I follow the wisdom of others.
I suppose it is better to be cautious about it.
There is a human inn just about a mile away from here. If you follow the path down a cliff, would one of you be willing to stay with him down there?
I'll stay with the lad.
I'd say you could camp in these woods, but these woods be pretty treacherous at nighttime, and I have no idea how long this meeting will take.
I can protect the boy sufficiently.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
not sure
But it is-
be so accepting of you. So far with our experiences with humans, they've been less accepting of, well, us non-humans.
We could take a human with us.
I'm not sure. I'm not so good with kids. You're good with music, Ulrich.
Yes.
You can entertain the child.
And you love taverns. You always go into them.
I can go with the child.
Is that fine with you, little Jameson? Rumble says. Jameson says, yeah, I'll go with Uncle Mulric.
I'm gonna fucking stab this.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dad?
I'm
Okay, Rock Dad?
gonna give Jameson 3 gold pieces. You get yourself something nice at the tavern.
What's this?
This is currency. You use it to you exchange this for goods and services.
Why?
Because goods and services are made with effort. Most people who make goods and services won't willingly part with them without some form of compensation.
Why don't people just share what they have?
Oh, wow. Such a pure heart on this one. I'm gonna pocket the money. We all take it there.
That's called communism.
Yeah, we
Let's
can't put
talk
him in
about
power.
this more.
Dad, I don't think
That's Father. Father McGillicuddy.
Father slaps him. Father, I don't think you should go.
Why not?
I don't know. They said it's a human inn.
Mhm.
So if those people show up, I can't save you again.
The boy has a point. You did murder a few humans less than a few days ago.
And I know I'm only really been here for about a week, but it doesn't seem like people like you.
You're a very likable man.
Or your people. In fact, I don't fully understand what you are.
Well, part of being a missionary is spreading.
No, I meant being like a rock person.
Well, part of being a missionary is spreading truth. And what is truth is Bilbo McGillicuddy is the best man anybody will ever meet.
I think the Eternals have already disagreed on many fronts.
What about the Eldavarian? He can go. He's strong.
No, I mean, I think you should just be another human like me. Then we can blend in.
Oh, Jameson, you ain't gotta say it. Come here, boy. I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna hug him.
Vander.
All right, you and me.
All right.
We didn't expect it to be like this, but I mean, if it's you, I think we can make this work. Put my hand on Jameson.
Are you? Never mind.
So Ramos says, so it's agreed.
Yes, I'll take the boy into town. We'll have a few drinks. Perhaps I can entertain the locals and keep them off your backs. And when you return,
And
that's where you'll find us.
hopefully we'll be back for dinner. Join you.
Time's it now. Time day.
It's about noon. Robble turns to the portal and says, well, in that case, if we're ready. And he takes his arm from the top and begins moving it slowly down and around, down and around. And before you know it, you start to see the space beneath the arch start to twist and warp and glow. And before you know it, you see a bright pathway of blue and shining light moving from the portal and onwards into somewhere else. Can't tell where, but it definitely has a depth to it that it didn't have before. Ronald says, please, you go first.
Hey, quick, my 3 gold back.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Sorry.
Tired of taking Rock Man.
But he says, well, but one thing. Is this your first time using a portal? For any of you?
Yes.
It is my first time.
See them. I've never used them.
It's easy. Just when you step in, hold your breath.
That'll be easy for me. I don't breathe.
Okay.
As he's babbling, I'm just put 2 fingers in his back and kind of guide him toward the portal.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm jumping.
So as you step through it, Bibble, it gives you the sensation of being pulled apart. Almost like one fiber at a time. And it doesn't hurt, but it's like having one long thought pulled out and extended as far as you can imagine. And before you know it, you're on the other side. And you're standing on this large, open stone structure. And you can tell it's natural, but as your senses slowly return to you, you can see that just by the judging where the sun is, it's a little bit. Well, it's almost earlier in the morning.
Mm. Mm.
Shit, bigger. So you're standing on top of a giant mesa in a otherwise mostly empty desert. You can see the sun just rising off in the distance, and it's nothing like you've ever seen before.
You don't breathe.
Oh, sorry.
He can still gasp if he wants to.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It just sounds like gravel in his throat.
God, beautiful.
While the mesa is massive, several miles across, you see just in the center appears to be several dozen huts and small buildings that are kind of assembled there.
Cool. I'm gonna wait by the portal.
And the portal's right here on the edge.
I'm gonna wait by the portal.
One thing you do notice is that this cliffside right here where the portal is remarkably almost identical to the cliffside where the other portal is.
Huh. Okay.
Except for grass.
Okay.
Except for, is there grass on this side or was there grass on our side?
There's grass on the your side.
Oh,
Okay.
That's right.
You each step through, you feel the same sensation. And before you know it, you've arrived on the meeting mesa. Now, Shrimble, you've heard of the meeting mesa before. You've never been to it. But you know it's something that's used only in the rarest of occasions.
Okay.
When all the counselors really need to gather together and discuss something.
Okay.
I assume for like the mesa, I imagine this is like the only way up without having to like scale the side, right? Like,
Yeah.
There's no like ledges. Or...
You can't see anything that would like. This is almost like a mile straight down.
Okay.
This thing is massive.
So you'd have to climb. You'd have to scale it to
Yeah.
get up here. Okay.
This was a mountain at one point that just got carved away.
Okay.
And there's no way up here. No steps. No climbing. It's just this portal.
Okay.
Yeah. Good observation.
What do these buildings look like? Is there huts?
Huts. Yeah.
Are they like permanent or like, they can be assembled?
Some of them are. Some of them are just assembled.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of the larger buildings are just they look kind of like made of like adobe.
What was his name? Rumble? Does
Yeah.
he come through too?
A Robble comes last.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's standing with you. He says, "Please, let's head out.
I head off that way. Towards the center is where you
Yeah.
drifted?
We've got a little bit of a trek."
I'll follow.
Vander and Ulrich.
Does he close the portal?
Yeah, he reverses it, and it shuts off.
So
Okay.
wax on, wax off.
Yeah, wax on, wax off.
Got
Vander and Ulrich. You guys are standing there, and you see the portal, the light from the portal, just slowly wane and then just disappear.
All right, guess we better make our way to that inn.
Would you remember which direction he told you it was?
No.
Neither do I.
He described it as down the hill.
I'm gonna look around. Can I see anything? Like any, maybe smoke or something? Coming
Yeah,
from the
you
house?
see some smoke. What comes like looks like a stream of smoke coming from a chimney about a mile to the south.
Okay,
That away.
that away.
All right.
Come on, Jameson.
That was strange.
Yeah.
They just disappeared.
Yeah. No, let's go, buddy.
Come on, Jameson.
Okay, is that like what I did?
Jameson.
Okay.
I'm thirsty.
He's going through some shit.
Uncle Vander needs his drinks now. Okay, you guys make your way through the woods, and it is as Rommel described. About a short mile walk through the woods, and you come out onto a road. And right there, just within eyesight, you see this small inn, just kind of plastered on the side of the road.
Okay, I'm gonna head over.
Outside, you do see a number of horses and carriages that have been hitched to it, hitched on the outside. So you can see that there are a number of people here.
Do any of these horses fly symbols of the Eternals?
No. Yeah. No. As you guys get in, and you open the door, you see a small, dimly lit kitchen and dining room, and you see the tavern keeper behind the innkeeper behind the bar, cleaning glasses as the innkeeper does.
As you do. How
Everyone
many like people in general are in the inn?
Probably half a dozen.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a large size inn for like what you would find like just in the middle of nowhere like this. Like you could probably fill like 50, 55 people.
Okay.
But there's only a few in the dining room this time.
Okay. Well, I suppose we should go get our seats, have a drink.
Hey, look at that.
We'll walk over and we'll take a table.
Okay.
By the door.
The barkeep comes over and she says, "Well, what can I do for you?"
2 ales and a water?
We'll have two ales and a Happy Meal
2 ales and a Happy Meal.
for the boy.
Well, I guess we can put something together for him.
Oh, and one of those little toothpicks on top with a flag for him to play with. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. What do you like to eat? She leans down and looks at Jameson. Jameson just goes, I don't know.
The kid's like a human garbage. The humans.
He's human garbage?
I don't have garbage compactors in here. Unless that's like a legendary item.
Garbage disposal.
The kid'll down anything. He's an eating machine.
Well, okay, I'll see what we have. Where are you folks from?
The
From
Sword Coast. The Crescent Coast.
Whack.
You did it before, fuck you.
TM. Well, yeah. Where from, though?
North?
Oh. Cape Gordon?
Yes.
Oh. Real sad about what happened over there.
Yes, that's why we're traveling, actually. The town has been in a bit of a fluster recently.
So I heard. Whole big revolt, the riot, all those missing traders.
Ooh.
Real bad situation you folks must be going through. Is that what you are, traders?
Travelers. We're just trying to get away from before that whole thing blew up.
Interesting. Well, I'll get that food for you. Oh, hey. It's a nice bracelet you have. You don't see many men with jewelry.
Hey, it's attached to my violin, thank you.
It's very cute.
Yes, thank you.
She shuffles away.
What was that?
Is she hitting on you or insulting you?
I don't know.
Okay. Trimble, Bibble, Batu. You guys arrive finally at the small town at the center of the meeting mesa. And as you get closer, you realize it's a lot bigger than initially appeared. It's scorching outside. It's hot. It feels like it's well over 100 degrees. And up here, it's super dry, and the wind just makes it a little worse. But this town at the center of the meeting mesa is pretty much it's a town. Even though it's not occupied all the time, and it's only occupied in the rare situations, it has everything a town would need. And everything appears to be made of that same Adobe material. Now, as you guys get to this large center structure, the center of town, this large, almost dome-shaped building,
Okay.
Romble says, "Could you please wait over here for a second?
Oh, of course.
I'll be just one moment." Romble leaves and says, he enters the Adobe building. Cordy.
Yes.
As Batu. You look around the side and you see what appears to be an Ildravaran child.
Okay.
About on the just a couple buildings away from you. He seems to be practicing with a sword.
Okay. Is there like anyone knew him?
You can't tell. You just kind of catch glimpses of him over on the other side of the building.
Okay. And you
But-
say he's only like a few buildings away?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it seemed odd that an Ildravaran child would be here.
I'll go walk over to him real quick.
Okay.
I'll just tell him. I'll be right back.
You go over there and you see that it's exactly as you thought. It's a small Ildravaran child. His tusk barely formed.
Okay.
And he's practicing swordplay with a wooden sword on a dummy.
Okay.
Just a what's it called? A hay-filled sack, basically. On a stick.
Yeah. Okay. Just like on a stick.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just slashing at it. And the sword itself is so heavy, it's made of wood. He's almost falling over every time he swings.
Okay.
He looks to maybe be like 12 years old.
Okay.
Where did he go from spot to? Like, which way did he go?
South.
Like around the building, or
Yeah, you saw him go around the building.
Okay.
I'll go over there and I'll just kind of yell at him like, "Hello, how are you?"
Says, You're from the Entente, aren't you?
I am. Yes.
What are you doing here?
Nah, I've left that. My real question is, what are you doing here?
I don't know if I should tell you.
And why would that be? Why are you?
I don't know if I can trust you. You're from the Entente.
I would say I am from there, but I've left that life years ago.
Okay. Well, my dad's he's meeting with some of the counselors. He wants their help with something.
Okay. And so he just let you be for the time being?
Yeah, he said I should practice my swordplay. I'll need it.
It's a good thing to practice. Keep up on.
That's sad.
What?
That's not good.
Yeah, for their ways, it's understandable.
But if he doesn't trust you from the... Wait, which one's the Entente? Are those the rebels, or is that the Amazon area?
The Entente, they're the ones that are pretty much constantly at war with the Druids.
Okay.
Yeah. The Avendar are the ones that separated from the other clans.
So probably from those, from the separated ones.
Yeah.
If they don't trust the Entente.
You can tell by the marking, the paint markings on his face that he is Avendar.
Okay.
Yeah, the blue paint markings. Everyone in the Entente is white.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
Let's keep it there.
Okay. He says, so you kill many people?
A few.
Yeah.
Only the ones that I would say left me no other choice.
So if you're not from the Entente and you're not from the Avendar, you have no markings on you. Who are you?
I follow the Paladins. They kind of don't own around anymore, but I still follow those teachings.
I've never heard of that word before.
I didn't think you might have. Just, well, we'll protect you. But what was your father coming to ask about?
He said he needed help for something. Or he said the Druids needed help or something. I don't know.
Okay. Well then, I'll keep an eye out for your father, and we'll see if we can help him.
Okay. And you're not part of any clan?
Not anymore.
Weirdo. He goes back to striking at the dummy.
I'll leave. Come back around.
Just back as you arrive back, Rommel exits and says, "Okay, come in."
I'll
Alright.
follow him.
Yeah.
I'll go inside.
So as you get in into the circular building, you see a room full of, there's no other way to describe it, very old Poterans.
Okay.
And two guys, they all pretty much look like Shrimble. If Shrimble was left out in the sun a little bit too much. And just kind of,
You like purple, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So, I mean, they're not as vibrant looking. It's
Yeah.
almost like a dull pink.
Yeah.
And
It's like complete sun bleach.
Soul
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. And
Their tentacles don't wiggle anymore.
their tentacles
They're
are very
just
droopy.
Oh.
The whole thing just looks like almost like ice cream just gonna. Here, I got a picture of
You
one.
dried squid.
Can we eat your people?
I mean, you can eat anybody's.
He looks
He
so
looks
sad.
sad.
He
I don't want to be a counselor anymore. Yeah, it looks like he's about to cry.
He looks sad, but Strimble, you can recognize that's the face of a proud and strong. It just appears as sad and puppy dog like to humans and other humanoids.
Okay. All drooped down look.
But you can see they're all wearing the same. I didn't have it on this piece of art. They're wearing the same bright blue, almost teal colored vest,
Okay.
as opposed to are you wearing a vest?
Wearing armor.
You're wearing armor, that's right? Yeah.
can have a vest, but it would be under the armor.
That's fine. The normal vest you would have is just brown.
Okay.
Gotta wear over your armors that we know.
Could it get one 2 sizes bigger?
Yeah.
So you see how about a dozen or so of these counselors just standing around, and they all appear to be very old. Rommel is absolutely the exception.
He stands out.
Very much so. He looks younger than Evan. In addition to him, you see this person. You see an Eldriv man. Very tall, very lanky. Approaching about 6.5 feet. Standing there with glasses. He's very gaunt and has a serious expression. He glances at you and then makes no other acknowledgments and goes back to standing there and pulls out a book and starts looking into it.
Okay.
What color are the elders? They're just
Right?
elf
They're
color?
gray.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
gray. Okay, that's right.
So we'll go back to the elder. Save that for later. Okay. Rommel introduces you to the other councils.
Actually, how are they arranged? Are they standing or are they in chairs? Or
They're all sitting on what appears to be stands.
Okay.
They're kind of built into the structure.
Okay.
And just all around you.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And there's just like an entrance. It's like a circle with like a cutaway, and the cutaway is the entrance into it.
Kind of like arena
And then,
style.
like,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
Yeah.
stage or whatever would be right in the
Yeah.
middle.
Fight for the elders' approval.
And remember, your goal here is to help Jameson as much as possible. So, Rommel introduces you all. Says, "My dear fellow counselors, I know I am the most junior of you, by far, but I would like to introduce you to some new friends of mine. This is Father Bibble McGillicuddy, a Bowden that has traveled this land and many others. This is Batu, a clanless Ildevaran. And this is Shrimble, our son, who has been gone for far too long."
Bow and turn in a circle with all the
Our boys come
counselors.
home. Call home once in a while. You fucking
I don't have a phone.
Call your mother.
You
Portal
literally
phone.
make portals.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
You sent messages earlier. You could do that.
That's true.
Your dad's worried.
I am doing fine. I am wearing clean underwear. I miss you. Goodbye.
Hello, father.
Hello, Father.
Is
Hello,
one of these guys
father.
your dad?
Hmm?
Is one of these guys your dad?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
Don't think so.
Thanks.
Rumble continues. About a week ago, I received a dire message from Shrimble. I was the first to receive it, and I was very happy and privileged to be able to respond. I would like him to explain what he encountered in the Crescent Coast just this past fortnight. And then I hope you'll agree with me that it is something that we need to address immediately. Trimble?
Let's step forward. This is a kind of a sensitive matter, and when I glance over at the Eldriv, perhaps we could speak in secret.
The Eldriv scoffs at you. And one of the elders speaks up. And you recognize him. You've seen him before. He's the chief elder.
That guy?
Yeah, well, they all look like that. It's Elder Jumble.
I love your guys' names.
Trimble, Rumble, and Jumble. Elder Jumble says, "Please, Brother Trimble, do not worry. Devrin is a representative from the Pontiff himself. We have summoned here for this matter.
Pontiff?
The Prophet himself."
We're starting to see how this came together.
Just so you know, the Pontiff is he's another old man character I play in another campaign. He's very much evil, so he will not be making a appearance in this. He will not. As fun as that would be.
Jameson is the Pontiff.
Backstory. So Elder Jumble continues. Devrin is a friend of the Poterans. We're happy to have him and his knowledge with us.
Well, that's up to you then. A few days ago, We found a boy. We've been calling him Jameson. I'm hesitant to call him a boy. I'm not sure what he is. He appears human, but he just appeared to us, seemingly from thin air. And the more time I spent around him, the more I came to realize that he has some strange command of the portal space.
What kind of command?
His mere presence disrupts my own abilities. He was able to relocate our entire party, 6 people, all at once, with no portal. Staring into his eyes, I'm sorry, what do his eyes look like? They're black stars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. His eyes are similar to the Prophet's, at least what I've heard of the Prophet's eyes. Very little color and pinpricks of starlight. And he appears mostly grown, a very capable human, but his mind is young, only a week old.
Hmm.
He understands little. We're not sure what to do with him.
Well, what do you think would be the best thing to do with him?
Well, he is an intelligent being. He should be allowed to live his life, but his powers could prove a great boon to the world or a great danger.
How about you, Father Bowden?
Well, that is why I'm here. After we've come to speak to you all, I think it's best for us to take him to the Prophet Lands, where he can be taught by people who know his ways and what he may be. And the Prophet has done much for the world, and if we want somebody with his powers to be a great emissary for the world, who best to learn under than one who did it before? But in the meantime, I think why we came to you is maybe with your knowledge of the portal space, you could test and analyze his abilities?
I see. Interesting idea. Your wisdom shows itself in many ways, Father.
Thank you.
I'll drink off from my drinks.
But is it true I hear this boy is a human?
He is. Which is why we must keep him away from the eclipse and get him to the Prophet Lands as soon as possible. Oh, the Eternals. The Eternals. Not the eclipse. Different campaign.
Getting
Sorry.
my guts swirled. Oh God.
How about you, Batu? You've journeyed many places.
I have.
You've had many allegiances.
Yes.
What do you think of this boy?
I mean, he is very special, and the powers he possesses are very powerful. It would be a shame for him to be taken a hold of in the wrong hands. So I'm here to assist them in their journey and protect the boy at all costs.
How noble. How noble indeed. Counselor Rommel, this is a issue you brought for us yourself. You said it needed top priority. So much so that it required the meeting mesa. What are your thoughts on this? Rommel says, I would like to hear from the Eldriv first. And Deverin Dagonar steps forward. Sure, let me switch over his picture. Devon steps forward. Well, I have some questions for these people. These travelers that are here at the Mesa. He is a boy. You've confirmed. He's like human. You've confirmed that?
We're not sure. He appears as a human, in human form, but he's obviously not just a human.
How are you so certain that his abilities come from the same source as the Pontiff? The Prophet.
We're not certain at all.
We pulled him from what seemed to be an old relic engine. An engine that possibly had some type of connection with the portal space. After we activated this engine, then he sprung forth from what seemed to be a portal, right?
It is true that some Poteran technology does have its origins in ancient spacecraft. So I think that is a reasonable place to arrive. However, in my studies, there have been 17 false prophets within the last 40 years. 17 people claiming to have the abilities of the prophet coming forward, usually requesting some kind of followers, some of them even requesting small nations to themselves, and using their power, or lack of power if there wasn't any, to abuse and break the trust that the prophet has put into this land.
The boy needs no followers or holdfasts.
boy.
Only an audience at most.
But maybe you would like followers.
No.
Those of you that come here and demand he gets special treatment.
I have no need for followers. Companions, sure. But more than I have would be of no use to me.
How about you, Ildervarin? I've heard a tale of you,
Yes.
part of some cult seeking an ancient weapon.
Yes.
Is this boy your weapon?
I wouldn't say he is the weapon.
You part of a cult? Yeah.
And what of your two other group members that were in the letter? Why are they not here?
Well, we've left them to protect the boy. See to him.
We're getting drunk.
I understand the council thought
Cuts
it
back
not
to me
wise
and
to
Dave
bring
like
the
high
boy
five
through
and just
portal
giving
space.
Jameson a bunch
Correct.
of fucking ale. He's like drunk as shit thrown up on the floor.
I don't see why the council would think that.
Well, with his portal space powers that he may have, didn't want it to affect him.
Or the portals.
Or the
So-
portals.
The boy is not here?
Not at this moment.
Not now.
Elder Jumble speaks up. The boy is not here?
We were instructed by Rombul not to bring him.
We did not give such orders.
Rumble, what say ye?
Romble speaks up. Unfortunately, other counselors, this was a decision I decided to make myself. I think the boy is a very powerful and special opportunity for us. If we ignore it, then, well, I would say we're doing a disservice to Poterans everywhere. Currently, thousands of druids are dying in the Amazon, protecting what they hold dear, what we were supposed to hold dear. Every month, more and more bodies are shipped out of there because they respect the land too much to bury them. Pyres just lie in the coast. Yet we do nothing. Nothing. There's a war going down there between the Ildervarin and our brothers and sisters. How many Poteran are also among the druids? Hundreds? 1,000?
None, if I could have done anything about it.
Shrimble, you are, as I said before, an impressive and respectable Poteran. But you did not go far enough. I say we use this boy. His abilities, if he is half or a quarter the power of the prophet, then he could turn the tide of the war down there immediately. The Ildervarin will have nowhere to go. They'll be cornered on all sides. And then we'll have true peace. That is my belief.
The
You'd
slaughter of one nation does not equal peace. Councilman.
So you'd rather just use this child as a tool like everyone else?
I think this is an opportunity. Why else would the portal space bless us with this child if not to use him?
He's a living being, not a weapon.
He is whatever we need him to be.
He's whatever he wants to be.
I'm surprised. I thought you had forsaken your relations with the Entente, but you appear to be nothing more than a soldier missing his home.
He could have been any race. I'm here for the boy.
Trimble, I thought better of you.
I'm going to turn away from him to the other councilman. You'll allow this? You'll allow this councilman to abuse the portal space for warfare?
War is not our way. Never has been, and as long as I stand in this chambers, it never will be. Robert, what you've done is unacceptable. To make such a decision without the input of the other counselors is unheard of. I fear this may strip you of your title. Rommel says, I don't care about titles. I was elected counselor because the people wanted change. They see what's happening down there and they know I can make a difference.
I've seen what happens down there. The Druids are just as violent and bloodthirsty as the Eldervaran are.
Well, the Druids at least protect something.
The Eldervaran don't.
The Eldervaran do nothing but destroy.
They protect themselves, their own people.
At the cost of everyone else.
That's exactly what the Druids are doing. They protect the land at the cost of everyone else. Anyone who seeks to use the land for anything other than their beliefs.
Shrimble, we take that boy, we give him the ability to control his powers, we take him into the Entente capital, and we liberate that nation within a week.
You want to use them as a bomb. You want to use the portal space to destroy.
We'll give them an opportunity to choose better ways. It's possible. Look at your friend.
I'm going to turn away from him again to the other councilman and just look at each one individually.
They're all just observing.
As I look at each one, I can't let this stand. I'm going to grab my holy symbol and I'm going to shoot a lightning bolt at the councilman. The younger one.
Okay.
Just
Jumbo's like, why?
That was weird, but I imagine the council is like a council of elderly cowboys. Like sitting up on the mesa, like a bonfire going.
I mean, you want to like imagine like their their robes. Imagine like Native American.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that would
Yeah,
make sense.
yeah. Go ahead and roll attack.
Get him, Shrimble.
23?
23. Okay. It easily hits him.
Okay.
And it knocks him on his back. He says, "It's too late. If you didn't agree with me, I made sure events were taking place. Right now, the boy's already gone."
Oh, that's not true.
Yeah, David, I hope that's not true.
Ah, crap. The boy's already gone.
Me and David are drunk as fuck at the table, like, wait, where'd he go?
Oh, Jameson. Hey, where's Jameson?